Since Christmas is coming, I thought I'd get us a little more into the Christmas spirit with an angel deck that I call Angels We Have Heard on High. And no, I'm not going to sing the song because my voice sucks for singing.
Actually, it sounds perfectly awful.
Alright, and here we have the deck, led by Giada. If you don't know what she is, this is Giada Font of Hope. For 1 and a white, you get a 2/2 angel with flying and vigilance. It says each other angel you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each angel you already control. So if she's the only one on the board, your next angel gets 1 counter, and then 2 counters on the next, 3 counters on the next, and so on and so forth. And then you can also pay a white and spend the mana off of her in order to cast angel spells only. So you can actually swing with her for 2 and then tap her for mana in the second main phase. Going on, I'll go ahead and break the deck how I usually do it. First column here is all about the protection spells. We have Alseid of Life's Bounty. It gives you protection from color, Lauren's Escape, Hexproof, Selfless Savior, Indestructible, Shelter, protection from color, and it gives you a card back. Swiftfoot Boots, Hexproof, and an Unbreakable Formation can give all of your creatures indestructible. And if you cast it on the main phase, you get to put a counter on them as well. We also have our Mana Rocks and Ramp. Starting at the bottom, we have Solemn Simulacrum. Goes and fetches you a land out of the deck and draws you a card when it dies. Smothering Tithe, because it's the best white spell you can put in a deck, basically. If they don't pay, you get extra land, or treasure in this case, in order to keep casting your bigger casting stuff. We have Heraldic Banner, set it to white, gives all our stuff +1/+0, and you tap for white. Mindstone, Cold Steel Heart, Arcane Signet, because, why not? And then I also threw in a Mox Amber because Giada's so low to the ground, you're more often than not going to have her on the board and be able to use this to cast and get mana. We also have our Removal Suite. We have Giant Killer for big stuff. Angelic Ascension. Now this, it kind of serves a dual purpose. You can remove something of theirs that's really big, like a Kogla or a Titan of Industry or something like that, but it's also good to use on your own creatures, because say they're going to remove one of your creatures anyways, exile it with Angelic Ascension and get a 4/4 angel out of it. We also have Cathar Commando. Use it to flash in. You can use it to block on instant speed and surprise them, or you can pay 1 and sacrifice to remove an enchantment or an artifact. Fateful Absence destroys creature or planeswalker. Valorous Stance, this serves 2 purposes. You can either blow up a big creature or you can protect one of yours. Shadow the Sky destroys all creatures, and then anything 4 or greater you draw a card. Well, we have so much stuff that's 4 or greater, you're almost guaranteed to be drawing a card if you have to use this. Vanquish the Horde, if you got somebody just flooding the board, you can just blow everything up and reset. And then the next 2 columns, actually, are our angels. This deck has a lot of angels because that's the creature type that matters here. So starting on the low end up to the 4 converted mana cost slot in this first column, we have Segovian Angel, just a little 1/1 with Vigilance and Flying. Angelic Page, a 1/1 with Flying, but it can also tap to plus our attacking and blocking creatures. Youthful Valkyrie gets bigger as we play more angels as the game goes along. Angel of Eternal Dawn. This is an alchemy card. I just happen to open one. You don't have to craft this if you don't want to, but I like it because I keep running into werewolf decks, and this keeps them from doing anything with their whole night-day shenanigan because it can no longer become night once this thing comes in. Angel of Vitality, as you gain life, you get +1, and then it gets +2/+2 as long as you have 25 or more life. You're gaining life off of ancillary effects in the deck, so this kind of works out real well for us. Inspiring Oversphere, speaking of gaining life in ancillary ways, comes into play. Draw a card, gain a life. Lulu, Forgetful Hollyphant. It's a 1/3 flyer, and it has Specialized, which means you pay 2. You can, since this is a mono white deck, we can only make the mono white version. But whenever her one mono white version, it says whenever you attack with 1 or more other creatures with flying, you gain twice that much life. Well, if you're attacking with 3 angels, you're basically gaining 3 or 6 life and all the damage that's coming through. Righteous Valkyrie, basically one of the best angels ever printed. 2/4, whenever another angel or cleric enters the battlefield under your control, gain life equal to the toughness of that creature. And if you have 7 or more life than your starting total, +2/+2 to all your creatures. Emancipation Angel, you can bounce stuff back to your hand. So say you played something and you want to return it to your hands, you can go ahead and do that. I like returning either like Solemn Simulacrum, or I like returning a prototyped Steel Seraph, which we'll get to in a little bit, Or maybe I want to replay Faceless Agent. You get the idea. Things with ETBs, bounce it back and replay it. Resplendent Angel. During the beginning of your end steps, if you gain 5 or more life, create an angel, and you can pay 3 and triple white to +2/+2 in lifelink, so you get an angel off of the attack of this thing. Resplendent Marshal, when it enters the battlefield or dies, you can exile a creature from your graveyard. If you do, put a counter on each creature that you control that shared a type with the exiled card. Well, since we're mostly running angels, if you exile an angel, all your angels will get a counter. Faceless Agent counts as an angel because it has Changeling, and it'll seek an angel out of the deck for us. Restoration Angel, similar to the other angel where it returns stuff to your hand. Instead, this blinks it off the board. There's actually a game in the footage where somebody turned my Giada into a legitimate business person, and I'm like, okay, I'll just blink it, and now it's back on the board. Irregular Cohort, you get a 2/2 colorless shapeshifter with Changeling, and it is a Changeling, so they are both angels. Linvala, Keeper of Secrets. For 4, you get a flying 3/4. Activated abilities of your opponents cannot be activated. This thing shuts down so many good things. I love this card. A Thraben Watcher. Flying, Vigilance. Other non-token creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Vigilance. We're not making a lot of tokens in this deck, so basically it's just an Anthem effect that happens to be an angel for most of our deck. And then this column, which is our 5 on up, we have Angel of Grace. You can flash it in. It's a 5/4 flyer, and until end of turn, you can basically get like a worship effect. And then for 4 and double white, you can exile it from your graveyard, and your life total becomes 10. So if you're about to die, this can save your bacon. And then we have Angel of Invention. It's another Anthem effect that just happens to be an angel. Most of the time, I'm actually fabricating out the extra servo tokens so that we can actually get extra blockers for other things. I don't want the angels dying, but them dying, I don't care. We have Angel of Sanctions, which is removal on a stick, which happens to be an angel, and you can embalm it out of your graveyard to do it again. Baneslayer Angel, flying first strike, lifelink, protection from demons, protection from dragons. This used to be like the gold standard bomb mythic rare years ago, and now it's been outclassed by a lot of other things, but it's still a really good card. Lyra Dawnbringer, 5 mana, 5/5, flying first strike, lifelink. Other angels you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. So this is basically a generic Anthem on a stick that gives lifelink as well as having its own abilities. Steel Seraph, which I mentioned earlier, I love this card. At first, when I looked at this thing, I was like, oh, that's not a very good card. I was wrong. I was so wrong, it ain't even funny. Every time I've ever played this card, regardless of what format, whether it's limited, commander, historic brawl, whatever format I've happened to play this thing in, it is stupid. Being able to give your other creatures lifelink or vigilance, flying, whatever, you can do so much stuff. Now in this deck, the flying part doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot because most of the creatures fly because they're angels. But the lifelink makes a huge difference, especially if you're trying to get above the threshold for the Righteous Valkyrie, or you're trying to gain enough life to keep yourself alive to win the game. So, like, if you put lifelink on like an 8/8 angel, yeah, you're usually going to win that game because you've gained too much life. Angelic Guardian, whenever one or more creatures you control attack, indestructible for all your stuff until end of turn. That's attacking, anyways. This is a good way to prevent, combat shenanigans where they try to double block your stuff down. We have Valkyrie Harbinger. If you gain 4 more life this turn, you create another 4/4, and it has lifelink, so attacking on its own is going to get you a 4/4 if it survives the combat. And as you're just doing all these other life gain things, you're likely going to get more angels. Safara Sky's Blade. For 7, you get a 7/7 flying lifelinker, or you can pay a white and tap 4 of your other untapped flying creatures and put this into play basically for a white. And then other creatures you control with flying have indestructible. So this is another way to get our stuff indestructible and tangle in combat more effectively. Sarah's Emissary for 4 and triple white. You get a 7/7 flyer that when it enters, you choose a card type. You and the creatures you control have protection from a chosen card type. This thing will break board stalls, which you will see in one of the games, and it's just dumb. If they have no other way of winning the game besides, say, creatures, name creatures. they're going to lose because they cannot get rid of this thing unless they have a removal spell with their creatures. They can't hit you with their creatures. They can't block your stuff because they're protected. It's just silly. And then we have Platinum Angel in here because I opened one and I thought it was fun to include, and I love this card from back in the day. But if you don't know what it does, for 7 you get a 4/4 flyer that says you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win either. And then we have what I call the synergizes with angels pile here in the next column. We have Speaker of the Heavens. It creates angels for us if you have 7 or more than your starting life total, and it has vigilance and lifelink. We have Bishop of Wings. Whenever an angel enters, we gain 4 life, which is really good for us. And if an angel dies, we get a spirit token. Starnheim Aspirant makes our angels cheaper to cast. Book of Exalted Deeds, it creates angels for us, and you can pay 3 in exile to put an Enlighten counter on an angel, and if that angel exists, it turns it into a Platinum Angel for us. Sarah the Benevolent. Sarah was like, the ruler of the realm of angels, back in the day in the story. Well, this gives all of our creatures +1/+1 in flying for her +2, -3s to create an angel for us, and then -6s to give us the what do they call it? The worship effect, where if you control a creature, we get hit for lethal damage, it reduces everything to 1, and our life total becomes 1 instead. And then we got Starnheim Unleashed. For 2 white, you can create a 4/4 angel, or you can foretell it and cast it for double X and white. So for every 2 you put into the X, you get 1 angel after that if you've put it out in the thing, and create that many tokens. This is really the only token creator we have in the deck that's like not tied to like a trigger effect. And then we have Vanquisher's Banner. For 5 colorless, you name a creature type. When it comes in, those creatures get +1/+1 angels. And then whenever you cast a creature of the chosen type, draw a card. It's just another way for us to draw cards in white and keep things moving along. And then the last column here before the lands is our good stuff pile. We have Shadow Spear. Legendary artifact equipment for 1 gives +1/+1 trample lifelink, and can also get the hexproof off of, and indestructible off of our opponent's stuff if we need to. Revitalize, gain 3 life, draw a card. Rune of Sustenance, you draw a card and gives our creatures lifelink. Maze Mind Tome will gain us life when it gets out the thing, but it also taps to scry for a card or pay 2 and draw a card. Treasure Map helps us dig through our deck and then creates treasures to help our mana, because we do have a lot of high cast stuff. And then Sigarda's Splendor. For 2 white, you get an enchantment that says, when it enters, note your life total. At the beginning of upkeep, draw a card if your life total is greater or equal to the last time you noted it, and then note it again. So basically you go, I'm at 24 life when I cast this, and I gain 2 life during my turn. Next turn, I'm at 26 life. I'll draw a card, and then I write down 26. Then say they hit me the next turn, and I go below that 26. Well, then I don't get to draw a card the next turn. And then whenever you cast a white spell, you gain a life. I mean, it's just a really good way to draw cards in white. And then the last column are lands. Let me slide this over just a little bit. We have a Ganjo, Seat of the Empire. It's just a white tap land, or you can use it to channel and shoot something. 31 Plains makes this mana base relatively cheap to build. Secluded Step, just because of a way to cycle and draw cards. Bonder's Enclave. You can tap for a colorless, or you pay 3 tap, draw a card. Only activate if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Well, our angels are pretty big usually, so this works. Emergent Zone, tap for colorless. 1 and tap. Sacrifice Emergent Zone. You can cast spells as though they had flash, so you can flash in like a big angel. This is useful against counterspell decks or stuff that are trying to mess with you, because then you can try to flash something in when they're tapped out and get it through. And then we have Nykthos, Shrine of Nyx. We're in monocolor. This just came out. I'm putting it in here because we got a lot of big stuff to deal with in our cast costs. Then we have Plaza of Heroes for protection, and then Tyrite Sanctum. If you get enough mana and time to do it, you can turn Giada into a god, and then you can make her indestructible until the end of the game, or she gets exiled, whatever happens first. So, all in all, this is the deck. I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun with it, and let's get to the gameplay. Chatterfang, alright. Probably going to get my just desserts, because I usually kicked a little bit of butt with that deck when I played it. Sure, we'll try it. We got a little bit of enchantment and artifact removal, which, if Chatterfang's built right, I'm going to need that. We also have protection with shelter. We got a few things going for us. Let's see, they got the black up. Let's go ahead and do the Bishop of Wings. I'd rather that get fried than Giada. Alright, Chatterfang's up. And let's go ahead and do Sigarda's Splendor. And no attacks. That way we can block Chatterfang if necessary. Or make them use a removal on this. Binding. Okay, there we go. It's alright, we're going to be gaining some life here in a second. Let's do Giada Resplendent. So this will come in with some extra counters on it. And decline, because I don't have any clerics for it to matter. It's mostly here to exile an angel from our graveyard and do that. Alright. Overgrown Tomb. Unfortunately, doing this also leaves Giada open to getting blasted, but need to create some kind of momentum. Okay. Alright, Angel of Sanctions can eat that, because I can exile it. So let's use Giada's mana ability. So I leave these two open for the shelter. We'll go ahead and get this, and I'll get the Stone Coil out of my way. And I'll swing for 4. And then this way, I have two options. Either I can use the shelter to protect something from getting blown up, or I can flash in the Cathar Commando at the end of the turn and have it out there and ready to go. Blood. Okay, and shelter is just pro color, so that does not stop that from doing anything. It's a soldier. Move to command zone. I'm going to decline. We don't need to do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and flash in the Cathar Commando just to gain the life. That way we can get the extra card out of the Splendor. Alright, so not great. Let's go ahead. Let's do Mindstone Giada. And I'll have it available for shelter. And we're still gaining the life. And we're just going to pass a turn. We're not going to swing. So then I can either use the Cathar Commando as a blocker. I can blow up an enchantment if they go for that. You know, whatever happens to be the case. Alright.
The trees are mighty.
Alright, this is why I kept that available. We'll do that, and we'll go pro black. I mean, it gets rid of the thing that would have been in the way, at least. Okay, Swiftfoot Boots is pretty good. Because then we can protect Giada from Chatterfang's shenanigans. So, that's got reach. I can't swing into that. But I can embalm. Let's get rid of the 8/8. And then I can use Giada to smack Renin 7 and get it out of there.
Our fire must not escape.
And plus, even if they kill the 4/5, they're not getting anything back off of it, where if I would have took out a regular permanent, they would have got it back. No sense in letting that happen. Alright, we get Dray Keeper in the house. Let's see. What's the mana count up to? 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can do 4 angels. Ooh, okay. Let's drop Mox Amber. And because I can only use this to spend angel spells, so I can't actually do anything with this. But I can do 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 4. So let's do X is 4. Actually, no, because I might be walking into a board wipe if I do that. Yeah, screw it. X is 4. They can't hit Giada, so that does not matter. These are coming in with lots of counters. Okay. Resolve. I don't care. It's like you saved, what, maybe 1 counter? Alright, Giada's going in. We're going to start hitting them. Alright, enter. Now I still got this open for the Cathar Commando to shoot something if I need to. Alright, there's a Shia. Now, if they don't clear us out... Okay. They were dead, and I'll explain. All I was going to do is then next turn I have enough mana to Unbreakable Formation on my main phase, make my stuff indestructible, and put a counter on everything, and then I would just shatter the sky and blow the board up, and then swing for lethal. So, on to the next. Tasha, Unholy Archmage. Alright. Well, luckily, a lot of my stuff doesn't require little itty-bitty things to do much. We'll go ahead and keep this, even though there really isn't a ton of action until turn 4 in the hand, but we might get something going on here. So let's go with Shadow Spear turn 1. Go Giada on 2. If I don't have anything better to do on 3, I can always equip her with the Shadow Spear. And then, if they kill her, well, then it is what it is. Alright, there's Eliminate. I mean, it's pulling removal out of their hand. I mean, there's something to be said for that. Alright, well, there's my Nykthos. Just doesn't do me a lot of good right now. Let's see what they got going on. Psychic Corrosion, okay. So it sounds like they've set this up to be a mill deck. So it's like, do I really want to put Giada down again? Probably not, but I'm going to. Because the other stuff in my hand are technically all angels. There's no point in letting them go to waste on Giada's trigger ability. Especially with the fact that they're probably going to play Tasha this turn. Really? They're going to meat hook for 2 just for Giada. That's surprising, to be honest. Alright, let's play Nykthos. Let's go ahead and play the... Let's do the Thraben Watcher. And... yeah, whatever. That doesn't matter. Okay. Alright, there's Tasha. Not overly concerned about her just yet. I can still swing for 1.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, this is gonna get annoying really quick, I think. So... they get a creature. Okay. Well, I'll give them the Angel of Vitality. They're not gonna get the rest. Alright, let's do... I need the mana available for the other bit. I need to be able to shoot them with that. Man, what a pain. Target non-angel creature that I control. Alright, we're going to try to get Giada back down, just because. We'll see if she lives long enough to do anything or not. Oh, I can exile her from the graveyard. I was like, why does that trigger? She does not have Eternalize, dang it. Alright. Okay.
I know some sickening magic.
Jesus, leave my frickin' commander alone, for fuck's sake. Yeah, that's getting old. Alright, let's do the Solemn Simulacrum. Go get a land. And then put the Shadow Spear onto what? The Watcher, I guess. And not attacking. Enter. I'm just trying to see. They did not get my one creature where I'm able to start smacking stuff off of it, so...
Give it your best shot, adventurers.
Alright, my turn. Well, where were you a while ago? Well, she's no longer an angel, so I can blink her out of the game now. Sorry about that, somebody walked in while I was recording. Alright, we got a Thief of Sanity, that's fine. I mean, if you want to kill your Soul Stinger, I'm okay with that. What is it? It dies, you put a count. Okay, you put a counter on a creature for each count. Okay. That's fine.
Don't try anything cheeky now.
I'll just keep that available to stop that. Oh, Smothering Tithe, I'll take that. Do need to keep things open, though. No attacks. We're going to end the turn. So, I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm going to make them either pay up or give me more mana. I do have Emergence Zone if I want to do something funky there. We're at 68 cards left in library, so we're okay there. Alright, Lauren's Escape on Thraben Watcher. We don't need that. That can go away. Resolve. So sorry for you. The Thraben Watcher's staying put. Fortunately, that also means he can put 4 counters on Giada and kill her again. Which is frustrating, but... Ugh. That is really
I'll
annoying.
give them back when I win.
Alright. Alright, it's my turn. Bad part is now they got a bunch of flying blockers to screw around with. But I'm going to go ahead and play a regular cohort. It's going to give me 2 angels. And we're going to play the Mind Stone. And I still have the Aganjo up. Not attacking. And we're going to end turn. I mean, at this point, I don't know that you care that I have all these treasures or not. I still haven't seen... certain cards I haven't seen yet. What the heck does that do? Oh, resolve that one so I can read the other card. Excuse me. Oh, it's an alchemy card. Oh, that's annoying. But whatever. And they also took out my frickin' Aganjo. That's annoying as hell. Discards a card when they discard it. Well, it's a big whatever.
Don't come any closer.
I probably should have used the Mind Stone to get another card in my hand, but we're going to do that now. Oh. I probably would not have discarded that anyways. Ooh. There's some functionality. Let's do this. Let's go Righteous Valkyrie, and let's go Platinum Angel. Isn't that fun? Alright. Let's do Shadow Spear on what? The 5/6. I mean, this is basically me going smash, smash, go face. Because eventually they're going to have to either start blocking stuff or they're just going to get blown up. This is what I want. I want to whittle. I want to whittle stuff down. Alright, yeah. And let's see, it's 5 damage. Is Linvala the bigger pain in the butt, or is this other one? I think Linvala is the bigger pain, so she can go. And I'm okay with that. I'm still outgaining in the life department. And the more stuff that I play out, the more they're going to die. Because now I'm just going to start pounding my way through things. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Oh, still nothing major yet. We're down to 43 cards, though. And the negative counter stuff didn't matter anyways, because the creatures that got them died. Oh, you took my Light of the Legion. Alright. Well.
Give it your best shot, adventurers.
Did they have removal? Nope. Land is not gonna cut it here. So the question becomes, do I strap on this and then go in with the Platinum Angel? Because then they would have to block with all of their flyers in order to kill it. I think that's what I do. Because, you know, gaining 11 life is pretty good. But also killing all their stuff that flies is also really good. Wow. Okay. That's a thing. I'm going to sandbag the land. I'm going to make them think I have something. Alright. Well, there went the Cathar Commando, so I can't get rid of the bigger pains in my neck. Alright. Like, that Psychic Corrosion needs to go away. Because now, every time he mills one of my creatures, I get pinged by Sir Conrad, which is a real pain. Alright. Emancipation Angel would have been nice, because I could have bounced the irregular cohort.
My revenge will be served. Steaming hot.
Angelic Page, Giant Killer, and Segovian Angel.
When they
Okay.
have wings.
You basically got the 3 smallest creatures in my entire deck. Congratulations. That's too funny. I like it. Alright. Oh, resolve. We got another land. That's fine. They've been so mill happy. I need something here. That's a thing. Yeah, we're just going to say pro creatures and kill them. So, creature. Sayonara. That's a way to break a board stall. Narset of the Ancient Way. Alright, we got Control coming in. Sure, we'll give this a try. So far, this will be the 3rd game I've played with this deck. It's actually going pretty well so far. And I've not had to make any major changes or modifications to the deck thus far. Oh. That's a good thing, because usually by now I've found something I just totally hate about a deck and I have to make a change. Yeah, we're not playing Giada right now. Let's go ahead with the Maze Mind Tome. Right, they have something in hand, because it hung up. It's pay 2. The treasure map is the one you pay 1. Alright, let's go ahead and scry. I'll keep the land. Let's go ahead and play the Faceless Agent. I mean, it's a whatever. If they counter it, I don't care. Yeah, see, I knew they had something. I'd rather have that get countered than Righteous Valkyrie or Giada or anything like that. Alright, we're going to actually get to draw a card with this. I usually just end up scrying with this because my mana is usually wrapped up, but I'm playing a little more carefully than normal. Let's see. Let's go with the Thraben Watcher because, again, I don't care if this gets countered in relative to everything else in my hand. Alright, and we'll pass. And I have a Shelter if they want to try to hit it with something. Yeah, that's a no. Red. Well, oh darn, you didn't get to kill it, or did you get to draw a card? Okay, well, I'll take that. You had to spend 2 spells to get rid of my 1 creature, so... we'll leave the land on top, because again, I need more mana. Alright, they're down to the 1. Let's do... I'm not doing Giada, because she's just gonna get shot square in the face. Let's... Actually, you know what? Let's pass the turn. I got the Angel of Grace. I could theoretically... This is my thought process. Flash in the Angel, and if they don't counter it, then I can just slam down Lyra Dawnbringer. And if they counter it, well, they've just locked themselves out of countering something else. Alright. So, Let us see here. The options are not great, but let's try Giada, see if they counter it. Because it's recastable, unlike some of my other stuff. And I guess let's try Lyra. See if that elicits a response. Okay, they did an abrade, which is fine. Take action. That just means I get a nice 6/5 lifelink hit. And I'm going to go ahead and play the step because I want more lands and end the turn. They just didn't draw any lands, so undefeated for now. Krenko. Ugh. This is either going to be a mad blowout or I'm going to gain enough life to keep them from killing me. My guess is we're probably about to receive our first defeat. I mean, this is really good, but it's going to be a while before I can get any of this online. And by the time I do, Krenko might be already spitting out tons of goblins. I'm going to try it only because I have the Starnheim Aspirant in my hand to reduce the costs of the angels. Because if it sticks around, basically, then it works. I'm going to put Giada out knowing that it's probably going to die. But if they waste their removal spell on her instead of the Starnheim Aspirant, I'm kind of okay with that. Alright, so this might change my play pattern a little bit. I'm not 100% certain on that. It's like, do I do the Steel Seraph and have a 4/4? Or do I wait and have the 5/4? It's like, is that one extra power worth screwing around with? And it's like, I don't know. I'm going to try the original plan. I'm going to try the Starnheim Aspirant. Only because I could theoretically get... If I play this, I can do Resplendent Martial Steel Seraph and get a lot of counters on my angels. That's if Giada lives. Or the Starnheim Aspirant. They both have to live for this option to do anything. But hey, it's the Christmas season. Let's believe in those Christmas miracles and see what happens. Alright, so I'm not blocked because these have to live. Okay, they lived. That's a thing. So, yeah, let's go. Resplendent Martial. And let's do Steel Seraph as a prototype. Because now it's bigger than if I'd have cast the, the real deal. Yeah, we'll give her lifelink. Because why not? Life gain tends to drive the red decks crazy, so... Now, if the Aspirant... Well, actually, it doesn't matter. If the Aspirant lives or dies, I can use Angel of Sanctions to kill. So... And there's that option, too. So, we have the lands. Let's get rid of Kiki Jiki. Because that, I think, is going to cause us no end to headaches. And let's give that lifelink and start swinging in the air. Alright, end turn. So now, we have a couple options here. We have Angelic Ascension, which I can actually turn one of my things getting destroyed into an angel. I'm going to go ahead and block the 2/2. I don't care. Because if they're going to sit there and try to shoot the Angel of Sanctions, I don't care. That's fine. Like, whatever. Take action. That's fine. Alright, now this time I'm doing this. I'm actually going to turn my Starnheim Aspirant into an angel. So now they're going to have to sacrifice an extra goblin if they want to do it. So now they're spending all this time trying to kill my little stuff. And it's just they're gonna run themselves out of things. Yeah. They ran themselves out of things to do. It's Krenko the Remix. Okay, well, we did alright against the first one. Let's see how we do here. Ooh, that can actually shut Krenko off. We'll keep that. So, right now the plan is to tear butt into Linvala so they can't activate things. Alright, well, now they're searching for probably Muxus, is my guess. Because that's usually what the matrons go for. It's either that or Siege Gang Commander. Okay, no, it's the Chieftain. Okay. And that's fine. Let's do this. I'm gonna play this just so he can't do, like, insta-Krenko shenanigans. Excuse me. I'm going to take that, because I'm not letting Linvala die. Drop the Nykthos, which right now does not net us any mana. It's, you know, whatever. Let's see, it's 3 mana available. Just trying to think what to do with this mess. I guess... I'm actually going to do the Angel of Invention, and I'm going to fabricate out a couple of servos. Just to have, like, a blocking force to work with here. Because we need to be able to keep something like a Muxus or something from just coming into our face. Krenko can't activate, so... Whoopsies. Yeah, I'll block him with the 2 servos if you like to... send him to the gutter here. I guess. Shoot. Alright, let's do treasure map. And let's go ahead and put Starnheim Unleashed into Foretell. And I'll go ahead and swing for 4 in the air. It's fine. We'll start taking some chunks out of their life, because they've already done the same to us. Alright, there's a Devilish Valet. Hopefully we don't have a big, like, burst of tokens coming out to pump it. Because that's what? Trample Haste? Okay. Not Double Strike naturally. So... Alright, so activate treasure map. Let's start scrying. Ooh. But I don't have enough lands for it. That's a problem. But I'm going to leave it on top because we're not far from being able to cast it. And I really need to be able to stop them from doing stuff. So for now, let's hit them with the 2 flyers, because I'm not going to block with the Angel of Invention. I need the life. And we're going to end the turn. So I have options. I can scry deeper. I can flash out Angel of Grace. There's a lot of things I can do. Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm going to flash in Angel of Grace. And I'll pass to blockers. I'm going to eat the Valet. And I'm also going to block the Matron and block... let's block Goro Goro. Because I can actually take the etching out of the equation, and I can also kill the Oriflamme. So, because I have the Catholic Commando. Alright, there's a land. That's good. Oh, now we have Emissary up. That's good. What is that? 10, 11, 12. Let's just do this and set Pro Creature. They can't hit us. And they can't hit my stuff either. And so unless they have... what is that? Star of Extinction to do 20 damage to my stuff. Yeah, this is a good game. Sarah Emissary pulls another one out for us. Doesn't do nothing. Gives me protection too. I don't think they realize that. Good game. Whew. We are now 5-0 against 2 Krenko decks. Tatyova, Benthic, Druid. Alright, let's see what we can do. So far today, we have won all of the matches we have played. I have not had to make a change to the deck, and I've not had to mulligan yet, but this hand is looking like a mulligan. Alright, we'll try this one. Only because the other hand was just like kind of blah. It's like it had land, a bunch of land in it, but that was really all it had going for it was it's a bunch of land. So let's go ahead and scry. You're not a land. Go away. You're a land, but not the kind I'd like. Alright, so pass. So we have a couple options. We can flash in the Catholic Commando, or we can go ahead and draw a card with the Maze Mind Tome, which is probably what I'm going to do. Because that's not something I want to blow up with a Catholic Commando anyways. So let's go ahead and draw. Because we need to dig into land pretty fast here, because they're ramping out way quicker than I can really deal with. Let's go ahead and go for Mana Rocks. And I mean, I could bounce the Maze Mind Tome, but like, what's the point? Let's go ahead and pass a turn. Because there was a bit of a hang-up on that Arcane Signet, so they probably have a counterspell in hand. I had a guess anyways. Okay, there's Tatyova. So they're going to go get a land, they're going to gain a life and draw a card. Because that's what she does. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and draw a card, because we can. Okay, so I have 5 total mana available. If I use something with a 4, I have Lauren's Escape to work with. I can also do Giada with like Angel of Vitality or Emancipation Angel. Let's do Giada. And let's do... Actually, I'm going to leave Lauren's Escape and the Cather Commando as my thing in my hand. Let's discard... I'm going to discard the Emancipation Angel because I have Steel Seraph. So I can protect Giada with the Lauren's Escape. I can also flash in the Cather Commando if need be. That's a no. If you want to counter that, that's 2 spells coming out of your hand for 1 bounce. Yeah, she can go library. I don't care. Oh, you're gonna give me that. Okay, well that's fine. Pass, block. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and scry. And unless it's something absolutely amazing. Oh, that? Speaking of absolutely amazing things, no. We're gonna dunk it. Hand. I don't like that it asks that on the backswing. Let's go Giada. And let's go Angel of Vitality on top. It's like, look at all that effort you went through. I'm sorry, it didn't do you much good. I mean, you can do that. You swing with it, I'm blocking with a 5/5. And I'm going to punch Nissa squarely in the teeth as quickly as possible, because letting them having double mana, no thanks. Alright. Ooh. Well, there's a something. None of your stuff has reach. Let's do... I guess let's go ahead and attack at Nissa. See if they have bounces or anything. Okay, no bounces. Nissa goes bye-bye. Let's do... Let's go ahead and try the Righteous Valkyrie play. Okay, no counters. And let's do Steel Seraph on top. Alright. Well, hey, look, I paid 3 mana for an 8/8. That's fun. Let's see. What do I do with this? Do I just... I think I just play Angel Invention with servos on top. Okay, you have a disdainful stroke. Congratulations. Yeah, that's getting lifelink. And smash. Jeez. So close to death. It's gonna suck if they have a River's Rebuke or something. Of course, at that point, I just vanquish the Horde and keep on trucking. Finale for 7. It's not 10. So whatever he's getting is not going to be good enough to 10 or one-shot me off the board. Kogla. Okay, they can smash the Steel Seraph. Oh, that's on attack. I was thinking of the Artifact Destruction. So, wow, this kind of over-exceeded my expectations. We played 6 games and won all 6 of them. Even some of the games that I was not expecting to win, like the Krenkos. I mean, they really weren't all that explosive against us. And even though they got Krenko down, like, I shut them down with Linvala, Keeper of Silence, so they couldn't activate Krenko's ability. And some of the games where I just got jammed, Sarah's Emissary broke the board stall and we won. So I'm impressed. This deck is really good. I liked how it played, and for once, I don't know if I would make many, if any, changes to this deck. So let me know what you think down below. Do you think I missed something that should have been in the deck? Do you think I played something that should not have been in the deck? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next time.